Hey, what's up guys? This is a comparison review between the Merrell All-Out Blaze low top and the Merrell Moab Ventilator hiking boots. This is a mid top. So I have always wanted to do this review, but I kept postponing it because I feel like I need to give both boots a good chance. And I want to get really familiar with them before comparing them. And I have been wearing these for 2.5 years and this for 1.5 years, and I feel like by now I finally have a good chance to test them both out, and I have pretty good idea about the characteristic. Yeah, so finally this review is coming to you guys. So I started out with the Moab Ventilator. My criteria of shoes is number 1, good traction. Number 2, it has to be well vented. I do not want my feet to be super hot and sweaty. And number 3, of course, I want to make sure these also have good review from other people as well. So if you look on Amazon, this pair of boots is actually one of the most highly rated pair of hiking boots. Everybody loves them. And sure enough, I have to agree with the general consensus. The Ventilator is great. It has the Vibram sole. Sorry, it's really dirty right now, and it provides really good traction. I've hiked Yosemite Half Dome with them and stuff like that, so I really want to make sure my hiking boots has good traction, and it did not fail me even once. It is super comfortable because it only have this strip is leather. All these are all vented fabric, and these are all really durable. No wear and tear on the fabric itself after 2.5 years, and I have been hiking a lot. And if you know me, I hike pretty much every weekend, and these are all mostly rock scrambles. So it held up really well in the 2.5 years. The reason I got actually let me get to this. The only exception is the toe box. The rubber here is kind of wearing down because I would kick rocks, right? And it always protected my toe. It's relatively stiff, so it's really good. But these are only wear tear I can notice. So it held up really well in 2.5 years and it looks in great shape. And if this is so great, why did I get another pair, you'll ask? Well, it's because it looks a little clunky, especially during summer. This pair of boots looks great with long pants, but during summer when I'm wearing shorts, wearing a mid top, it's just slightly goofy, and I'm not a tall guy, so I want a low top to make my legs look a little bit longer. This is totally due to vanity reason. So I looked around. I want to find something that's a little bit cooler looking, because most hiking boots looks pretty generic. It's more function over looks, in my opinion. So I came across Merrell's All-Out Blaze, and it looks fantastic for hiking boots. So in terms of review, it got a pretty decent review as well, although it's not as high as the Ventilator. And they have many different models for the All-Out Blaze. They have like waterproof ones, they have arrow ones, etc. etc. You can take a look and see what you like. So for this one, I wore it for 1.5 years. It is definitely not as comfortable as the Ventilator when I first tried it on. It is a little bit more stiff, probably because there's more leather in the shoes, and even inside it's not as well padded as the Ventilator. So in terms of comfort, I would definitely give it to Ventilator, but it does break in, so it gets a little bit more comfortable, but it is still pretty stiff compared to that, where once you put your feet in here, it's like a bubble that's wrapped around you, where this is still a little bit stiff. In terms of traction, which is really important, I feel that even though they're both Vibram sole, they of course have different design underneath it. I think that the Ventilator actually has better traction than the All-Out Blaze. Not saying that All-Out Blaze is bad. It's good. I mean, it's good. But when the rock is slightly wet, that's definitely a huge difference between the two. This performed a lot better, at least in my experience, from what I remembered, in slightly wet condition versus this. On grass, no problem, but once you hit rock or like tree roots, the ice when you're wearing this pair of boots. So just be careful. In terms of wear and tear, as you can tell, that's 2.5 years. It's a year and a half, and this pair of shoes is already kind of falling apart. And you see stuff like this happening. I'll try see if I can glue it on, but I think it's pretty much too late, and it's already kind of deformed. But again, that's probably because it's leather versus fabric, and this fabric held out well. And I put them through similar challenges. In terms of big hikes, Yosemite, Half Dome I mentioned, this guy I took to Utah for Angel's Landing. They're both kind of rock scrambling, and of course I've done local hikes like Shenandoah's, Old Rags, or like Great Falls where we go off trail and do rock scrambling. So I put them both through similar things, and I think that the ventilator definitely held up a lot better than the all-out Blaze. But because I'm such a vain person, I do really like the all-out Blaze look and feel a lot. Well, not look and feel, but the look a lot better than the ventilators. And for summer, I feel like a low top would be great. They look great with shorts. That's mainly because I don't need the ankle support for what I do. So this definitely serves its purpose of providing adequate tractions and good toe protection. I kicked a lot of rocks with this too, and I think it looks good. It's a good looking pair of shoes. I just wish that it'll last a little bit longer. And that it will be great if it can provide similar traction as the Moab's ventilator. Now, the Moab ventilator does come at low top as well, but then it still looks kind of generic in terms of as far as shoes goes. So, I don't know, it depends on what's important to you. If you care about function and comfort, I think between the two pair, I would recommend the Moab ventilator. But if you want something to look cool, and you're willing to break in your pair of shoes, and you're willing to, with the understanding that when it gets wet, you may need to hold on to something, then I think the all-out Blaze would serve your purpose just as well. And again, it looks great as far as hiking shoes go. So I feel like this pair of shoes can probably last me this season and maybe like half of next, and then I probably should shop for another one. The ventilator is great, but again, it looks a little generic in terms of shoes goes. So I'll see what else is out there, or if nothing else, I may just get another pair of this just for the summer. For winter, I usually take out my ventilator. My concern with this pair is things like this, things coming apart. That's not that great. But otherwise, everything seems to hold up well. And leather deforming, I guess I can't really do too much about it unless you want to put a shoe tree in there, which I probably should do. Alright, so that is my pretty quick feedback between the difference on the Merrell All-Out Blaze and the Merrell Moab Ventilator. Both great shoes. In my opinion, the ventilator is a little bit better, except in the look department, the All-Out Blaze looks a little bit sleeker. So, up to you. For regular hiking, regular like rock scrambling, both pair of shoes does just as well. Assuming you're not in the rain. If you're in the rain, I would trust the ventilator a little bit more than the all-out Blaze. Alright, hope this comparison has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If I cannot answer it, I'm sure other people that own these shoes would be able to chime in. And I will be doing a review on the Prana Zion hiking shorts, and those are my favorite pair of pants. And so look for that in my channel, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good times this weekend if you guys are going hiking or going outdoor anywhere. See ya.